welcome to Totality Town. It's July 1st, 2023, and we have 282 days and counting until the next total solar eclipse. One of the things that made the solar eclipse back in July 2019 so special was the location. The path of totality crossed along northern Chile and the edge of the Atacama Desert. Now, these are some of the best skies in the world for astronomy. They're so good that, no surprise, a number of the top observatories in the world have been built there, including the ALMA Radio Observatory and the Silla Observatory. ALMA is short for the Atacama Large Millimeter Submillimeter Array, and as you can probably guess from the name, it's in the Atacama Desert itself. The array includes 66 radio telescopes, which is even more than America's Very Large Array down in New Mexico. ALMA is also incredibly remote and high. The array sits at 16,597 feet above sea level. It's a beautiful site and really world-class skies. You can tour the facility by day, but only by reservation. Check the website in the show notes for information on when tours will resume, because sadly, on October 29, 2022, the observatory was hit by a cyber attack, and it took almost 50 days to get back on their observing schedule. The Silla facility is operated by the European Southern Observatory and is easily one of the top observatories in the world. It's the home to 14 different telescopes that all have mirrors over 10 feet in diameter. This month's feature image is a drone shot by Peter Horelek of the eclipse over the domes at Silla. It's a composite image showing the start of the eclipse up there in the upper right and capturing all of the partial phases through totality and then continuing through until the sun set over the mountains. From beginning to end, solar eclipses last about 3 hours, and this composite required pictures at roughly 2-minute intervals that whole time. During a total solar eclipse, one of the fun things to do is look all the way around you, because it's like seeing 360 degrees of sunset everywhere around the horizon. So it's hard to tell if the picture used in this image for the landscape was taken during totality itself or close to the actual sunset. But based on how light the landscape is, my guess would be it's close to the actual sunset. And then an image of just the sky during totality can be added in. Altogether, it's a stunning image. I wasn't at Silla for this eclipse, but I was nearby. The eclipse tour that I was a part of drove us up from La Serena that morning. Our observing site was above a dead pomegranate orchard. A severe drought had killed everything, and we drove what must have been hundreds of acres of dead trees still on their trellises to get to a facility that used to be worker housing, but was serving as an eclipse base camp for this occasion. Then they used small vans to drive us up this narrow, winding road to the top of the ridge, and it was a wild sight. As we were setting up our gear, we had a condor fly over, and then a little while later, a herd of goats just wandered up and over the saddle right below us, all while we're sitting there on the edge of the desert waiting for the sun to go out. I mean, talk about surreal. The eclipse was far off to our west, but behind us, we could see the domes of the Silla Observatory in the medium distance. One of the other guys on the tour took this picture. So John, Matt, Charles, if any of you guys are out there, I'm not sure which one of you got this photo, but great job. For our location, the sun was still partially eclipsed as it set. Everything about the day was magical, and finishing it all up with a meal and some time around a campfire with new friends really wasn't a bad way to end the day. As I said at the beginning of the video, we're only 282 days from totality, but also don't forget the annular solar eclipse on October 14th, 2023, only 105 days from now. That eclipse will take place in the morning hours here in the US. And if you're looking for an eclipse experience in the desert, that's going to be your best opportunity for a while. In 2022, I drove through some of southern Utah looking for the best places to see the annular solar eclipse. So check out the preview video for that event as well as my field report video for ideas on where to go. Thanks for joining me. Hope to see you next time here on Totality Town.